Good afternoon friends. Today we will see the preservation of the egg. How the eggs are preserved. So in last lecture we have seen that how the eggs they are contaminated. Means contamination proceeds to the spoilage, and after the spoilage the product is damaged. So what are the preservative methods which are applied for the egg to increase their shelf life? So there are basically four methods they are commonly used for the preservation of the eggs. The first one is the heating, second one is cooling, third one is drying, and fourth one is the by the use of preservatives. We are well known that in last lecture we have seen the egg is having the three part: egg shell, egg white, and the innermost part, that is the egg yolk. The egg shell is consist of nutrient, that is the calcium rich, that's why it is having the tough structure. The egg white portion is the nutrient present is the egg albumin, and the egg yolk contains the fat, it is the having the cholesterol content. So first method is the heating. So by the use of heating, the first method is the thermostabilization of the egg. We are well known that the thermo means temperature. So by the use of temperature we are preserving the eggs. So the terminology is called as thermostabilization of the egg. It means that we are dipping our eggs in a water, what we call it as hot water, so that the egg albumin get coagulated and the evaporation of the moisture from that coagulated portion is reduced. So how will you define this thermostabilization? Means it is the process in which the eggs are dipped into the hot water so that evaporation of the moisture from that coagulated layer will be reduced, and ultimately moisture is reduced so that the eggs are preserved. So thermostabilization of the eggs, it is generally carried out at 54 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Second method is that called it as pasteurization. Pasteurization means it is the heating of the egg products. So it is generally carried out for the reducing the spoilage or the contamination caused by the Salmonella species. So pasteurization of the eggs generally carried out before drying or freezing process. The second method is that cooling method. In cooling method, what we are doing, we are reducing the temperature of the eggs. As we are well known that as the temperature is reduced, or when you are not giving the favorable conditions to the microbes, their increasing numbers will be reduced. That's why we are using the two methods. The first method is the chilling method, second one is the freezing method. So chilling method is used for the preservation of whole eggs along with its egg shell, and the second method is freezing method. It is only used for the preservation of egg white and the egg yolk. So egg white and egg yolk instead or singly they are called as egg meat, MEAT. Egg white and egg yolk they are called as egg meats. So first we will see the what is meant by chilling. So chilling is nothing but the decreasing by the use of decreasing temperature for the preservation of the egg. So before carrying out the chilling, we are carrying out one process that is called as candling process. CANDLING. Candling means what? It is nothing but the taking of the eggs in your hand and rotating in front of light so that we can see the any defect, any damage, any rot, any blood, air cell size in that egg, so that it is defected one or not. For that purpose this candling process is carried out. So how can we define the candling? So candling is the process in which egg is rotated in front of light to check the any defect, crack, blood, air cell size, cracks, etc. So candling, after the candling, eggs they are judged either by appearance or the candling. So chilling temperature maintained is minus 0.5 to minus 1.7. Second method is the freezing method. So in freezing method we are also decreasing the temperature. For that purpose we are implementing the certain steps. Likewise in chilling, here also we are carrying out the candling. After the candling they are rinsing means washing with the chlorine about 10 ppm to 200 ppm. After the rinsing of the eggs, they are broken down into different parts. Now we are well known that egg parts, they are called as egg meats instead of egg shell. After that, these eggs, they are inspected, and its inspection is called as cup inspection. After the inspection, they are filled into the tin cans. In tin cans, we are implementing the sharp freezing. So there are two types of freezing, sharp freezing and slow freezing. In sharp freezing, the advantage is that there is very small formation of ice crystal as compared to the slow freezing. When you are using the slow freezing, there is formation of large ice crystal that damage your product, also the tissues which are present in the eggs. That's why we are using the sharp freezing. So this way, by the use of cooling, we are implemented two methods, chilling and freezing. If you want to recover that chilled eggs, then the process we are using that called it as thawing. So thawing is nothing but it is the heating of chilled product or the freeze product. It is generally carried out at 10 to 15 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 hours, or if you are using 2 degrees Celsius temperature, it is carried out at 48 hours. The third one method is called as drying. Drying means what? It is nothing but the removal of water from the food product. As we are known that egg is the perishable food commodity. If we can remove the moisture, then ultimately its shelf life will be increased. So for that purpose, we are using the spray dryer. The dryer which converts the eggs into the powder form, and the moisture content in the final product is the 1%. So before drying, we are carrying out the pasteurization process to reduce the micrococci and other species. But some species of micrococci, they are resistant to the desiccation, means there may be chances of some number of micrococci in the dried product. The fourth one method is by the use of preservatives. In the preservative, we are using the 4 sub points. First one is the water glass. What is in by water glass? Here, for the preservation purpose, we are using the chemical substance. That chemical substance is called as sodium silicate. It increases the alkalinity in the eggs, and that is responsible for the preservation of the eggs. So water glass means we are using it is the liquid portion of the sodium silicate is used, in which the eggs are dipped, and increased alkalinity is responsible for the preservation of the egg. Second is by the use of dimethylol urea. So it is commonly used to reduce the mold growth on the eggs. Third one is the fumigation. So we are using the fumes for the preservation of the eggs. For that purpose, we are using the ethylene oxide. Next one is the irradiation process. Irradiation process is commonly used for the preservation of eggs to reduce the salmonellosis. Thank you. Next lecture we will see the spoilage of egg.